Hello and welcome to my channel. Today in this video lesson we'll be talking about eavesdropping. Eavesdropping. Unauthorized monitoring of other people's communication is called eavesdropping. Say for example, if you're talking over the phone with your friend and someone is listening to your conversation without your permission, that is called eavesdropping. That means that person is unauthorized monitoring the people's communication, like your conversation with your friend. He doesn't have permission to listen to your communication, but still he is listening. That is nothing but eavesdropping. Eavesdropping is a passive attack in which an attacker gains access to the communication medium through which some communication is taking place and can listen to the communication and get information about the content of the message. Say for example, like I said, your friend's conversation, you and your friend's conversation over the phone or over the WhatsApp or any internet related medium. So if the third person is listening to the communication between you and your friend, what will happen? He may get the information about your conversation. Maybe you're talking about your sensitive information like your bank account or your ATM card number with your family. So they may get the information. Now it is a passive attack. That means it will not harm you directly, but it may harm you indirectly in one way or the other. Eavesdropping can be carried out through all communication devices and media of today like the telephone system, emails, instant messaging, other internet services like chat rooms, social networking sites, etc. So eavesdropping can be carried out in many ways in all the electronic devices like your mobile system or through telephone or through emails or WhatsApp or Facebook and many other internet services. Phishing and farming. It is a criminally fraudulent process of attempting to acquire sensitive information such as username, password, credit card information, bank details, etc. So phishing, it is a kind of duplicate website where attacker creates where when we enter our username, password or credit card information or any bank details, it will be stolen by the attackers. In phishing, an imposter uses an authentic looking email or website to trick recipients into giving out sensitive personal information. Say for example, Facebook. So what happens? Attackers may create a duplicate Facebook. It will look original. So when you enter into this Facebook, this duplicate Facebook, what will happen? When you enter your username and password. And when you enter your username and password, all your information will be given to the attacker, or it will be submitted to the attacker. Same case with the email. There may be a duplicate email created by an attacker, and when you enter your information in the email, then all your information will be stolen. So this is phishing. Phishing, in general terms, it is nothing but a duplicate website, where attackers create a duplicate website with the same name, everything and all, so that people will not able to differentiate between the original and the duplicate one. Now farming is an attack in which an attacker attempts to redirect a website's traffic to another bogus website. Say for example, if you're browsing some information on a website and they give a link to another website, if you click on it, that is nothing but a farming. So when you click on it, you will get some unnecessary website which is not related to your information. Through farming attack, the attacker points you to enter a malicious and illegitimate website by redirecting the legitimate URL. So suppose you're browsing some information on Google and there's a farming attack is there. So when you enter into certain website, say suppose Long.com or any other website, and what happens, the attacker will give you some information about the related website, and then it will allow you to go to the next website. And when you enter into the next website, what will happen? This website will contain malicious and viruses or spyware, any kind of malware may be there. So your computer may get attacked if you go through this URL or this link or website given by the PHARMING. Even if the URL is entered correctly, it can still be redirected to a fake website. So basically, with PHARMING, what happens? You are directed to a fake website where the website may contain a virus or a malware which can attack you later. Cookies. A cookie is also known as a website cookie or a browser cookie. It is a small piece of data sent from a website and stored in a user's web browser while browsing a website. Say for example, you're browsing Facebook for the first time. If you're using it for the first time, what happens? You need to enter your username and password. And the next time when you log into your Facebook again, or when you open Facebook again, you don't need to enter your username and password. Why? Because your username and password is stored in a small data called cookies. Now, same thing happens when you browse to any other website. Cookies will be stored, or data will be stored in a small data called cookies. Some cookies disappear after user closes his browser, while others known as tracking cookies remain unsaved and load the next time user visits the same result. Now there's some other websites when you use, what happens? It will disappear. But there are some websites when you browse, it remains as it is in the cookie. Say for example your Facebook. What happens? Your username and password is all there in a cookie. So that is why when you open a Facebook again, it will be there. What will happen? So what will happen here? You don't need to enter your username and password. So there are two types, alright? When you browse a website, there are some cookies which disappear after you close down or you close the browser, and there are some cookies which remain in the browser for tracking purposes. Now these cookies help track users' browsing session and load information faster. Now, if the data is stored in a cookie, what happens? It helps you for browsing session and loading information faster. Now if you observe nicely, when you enter Facebook for the first time, what happens? It may take time for you to load the information of the Facebook. Because you're using it for the first time, you're using your username and password. Now second time when you open Facebook, it becomes faster. Why? Because your data is being stored in a cookies. So all the information is stored in a cookies. That is why your session and load information becomes faster. But it creates some security and privacy concerns as well. Now if your information is stored in a cookie, it will create some security and privacy concerns. These security and privacy concerns are session data. When you visit a website on a regular basis, such as your email or online bank, you may not have to enter your username and password to get in. Now, many of you may use email or online bank for your transaction purpose or for your information purpose or for checking your email. Now when you visit regularly, you don't need to enter your username and password to get in. This is because the information is being pulled from the tracking cookie. Now when you use for the first time, such as your email or your Facebook or any other website like online banking, you have to enter your username and password. And once you enter your username and password, it will be stored in a cookie. Now next time when you use it, the information will be pulled from the tracking cookie. While these cookies encrypt information they store. Now suppose your password is ABC. So what happens? Or in a session data or in a cookie, how it will be stored? If your password is ABC, it may be stored as 123 ABCDEFG 123, so that the attackers may not able to attack you nicely. That is called encryption. Now if somebody found out the encryption key, now if the attackers found out the encryption key and acquired their cookies, she could discover your password. Suppose your password is ABC, but it is encrypted as 123 ABCEFGHI 123, but your original password is 123. So if the attacker knows that your password is 123 by cracking the encryption key, then he could discover your password. While the odds of happening are extremely small, the risk does exist. Tracking information. When you visit certain websites with advertisements, those ads create cookies that store and track your online pattern. Say for example, Myntra. Myntra is an online shopping website. Now when you see certain clothes on it, so cookie will store whatever clothes you have seen, and what will happen, those ads will create cookies and it will track your online patterns, whatever clothes you have seen or not. You may have noticed that if you go to a clothing store website, for example, you'll see ads for the store when you click away to other websites. So suppose you're looking for some clothes in Myntra. You like it, but you couldn't buy. So what happens when you go for another website? You will see certain advertisement related to your recent website visit that you visited in Myntra. That's because tracking cookies have relayed this information back to the advertiser, who use it to target their ads. Now you're seeing these ads because your information is given to the advertiser with the cookie tracking information. Sometimes your information will be sold to other companies. Your cookies that you see, say suppose you're browsing some website, say suppose again like Myntra, you're looking for some clothes and other stuff, or you're going to Amazon and you're looking for some electronic stuff. So all your information that you have seen, that will be stored in a cookie. So what happens when you go for another website, advertisement may be shown, and your cookie that stores your data, like your recent visited website, may be sold to other companies for the benefit of their own. So what happens? You are targeted. Your information is tracked. Some people view this as an invasion of privacy. Now, without your permission, he is selling your information, data information, like tracking whatever website you visit. That is nothing but invasion of privacy. That's why some people view this as an invasion of privacy. Public computers. When the same general threat exists for traffic cookies saved on public or shared computers as to save on your personal computers. Now, when I say public computer, it means computer used by public, say your cyber cafe or your family or any other that uses only one single computer for all the purposes. The much larger amount of people who have access to this computer makes saving traffic cookies more risky. Now, if more people use the same computer again and again, the more risky it is for your system or for your information to get cracked. When you finish using your public computer or shared computer, delete the cookies to ensure the next people who use the same computer can't access your information. Say suppose you're using Facebook on a public computer like CyberCafe. Now you have entered your username and password, and somehow you forgot to delete your browsing history or cookies. So what happens? The next person who sits on the same computer that you have set on it can access your information. So it will be tracked to your information on Facebook. So always delete the cookies to ensure that the next people who use the same computer can't access the information.